Hello! Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. Here's what the box looks like. And that's the spelling of Gabby's name. The website is schifferbooks.com, I believe. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Schiffer, yep. Supportive Oracle Cards, Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish. It's illustrated by Jesse Reish, and then I believe there's a website at the bottom there, hayhouse.com, if you're interested. And the dice, I use a 22-sided dice for the Major Arcana. I substitute 22 for 0 for the Fool. And then I use a 14-sided dice for the Minor Arcana, and then a 4-sided dice to decide the element. Those dice, I believe they all came because I got an updated one from this place where I think it's Math Art Fun, I believe. I can't see it on the camera myself right now, but hopefully you can see the website if you want to check it out. I believe it's Math Art Fun. Math Art Fun, yep. All right. That being said, if you want a reading from me, shoot me an email. jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much, and let's go on to your read. Hello, Gemini. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid from whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Gemini? Double card. And I think you're the first one that's happened with. Which is neither good nor bad, it depends what's there. Okay. Knowledge. We like knowledge for Gemini. Gemini likes knowing what's going on. Very much into the puzzles, in my opinion. Not always. I know, Gemini, depends on your flavor, Gemini. But you like to figure out what's really going on. It doesn't have to be a literal puzzle, but you know, you like to find all the pieces and see how they fit together and see how many different ways you could fit them together is kind of what I get from you guys. I don't know why we're going here right off the bat. I feel like I say this a lot. I feel like Gemini is underestimated many times because people don't understand Gemini. You need another intellectual person to understand what you're talking about and to put things together. Like it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for people to follow what you're talking about because you're working at a level that they just can't get there. Gemini is smart. They're very smart, but I just feel like they're underestimated. Just to be fair, I don't know why we're going there right off the bat, but we're there. People have walked away from you. In this situation, I'm getting people have walked away from you because they had no idea what you were doing. They left you in the dark. This is starting off with somebody or maybe a couple people even walking right away from you because they just don't see how you fit. They just don't understand your value. Now, even though that's where this started, where are we, like, what are we talking about the current energy? Is that coming back later, or what's the current energy? Is somebody not want to work with you? There's a weird random energy, 10 of Wands reversed. People don't seem to think that you're a viable part of the situation. And I feel like people are trying to push you out of something. Take that with a grain of salt, but I feel like people are trying to push you out of something and they're trying to act like you don't have any place here. It doesn't make sense that you be here. You're not really a helpful part. You don't really do what they want you to do, and they don't see the value you have in the situation. It's rough. At this point, it's rough. It could be very passive-aggressive. Could be where you're just being left out of meetings or left out of connections. Maybe people are having a text conversation without you, or like a group chat where there's just like they're omitting you from the group chat, or they're having a group chat and they're not adding you into it. Something like that. I do feel like you find out about it at the very least. It may be something you suspect, or maybe something where you know that people are in this group are talking, but they're not including you in on it. This is a very stressful thing for you because you have a lot to add, you have a lot of value here, but they're not adding you in, and they're not considering your information, and you know what's going on. You know you have a lot of information. You could be very helpful here. But I'm also getting like the same situation stagnates without you. So I don't feel like they can go very far without you. By trying to go forward without you, they seem to get stuck. There's only so far they can get. They can't seem to get any farther. This is very interesting. And you can free it up. You're the one. Gemini's the one who sees all the possibilities. They don't understand you at all. Whoever this is, if they had any clue about what you were about, they wouldn't be doing this. So the Tower comes in, and I feel like the Six of Swords goes upside down. Whatever they were trying to keep you out of, now all of a sudden they put you right in the middle of it. Which is, it's almost like, well, since the ship is sinking, you're sinking with us type attitude. This is messed up. This one's a little messed up. Okay. Since we're sinking anyway, make sure that Gemini's here with us, because we're not going to take all this, we're not going to take all the detriment on our own. I don't know. Whoever this group of people is, whoever they are, I would see them for who they are. Just like take stock in who they are, and just make your decisions accordingly as you keep going beyond this situation. I just don't feel like you're being treated well. Just take it with a grain of salt. It's a general read. But you coming into it, and it's like they're going to add you in, because like if we're going to fail, we're all going to fail together. And then you get all the information, and then you're like, well, this is what could happen. I know you think we're stuck, but you you didn't go over there, and I saw what was over there. You don't have the boat doesn't have to sink. You could just close that whole thing off by closing that hatch. Sure, we're not as buoyant as we used to be, but we won't totally sink, and we can salvage this ship. I don't know if they like that when you're saying this. Don't do this on your own, because I get like the situation is failing until you're like, hey, I know you're acting like this is just, there's nothing we can do, but this over here can happen, and that over there you can add into it, and this person over there knows how to do it. It's really weird, because the situation is failing until they finally let you in. It's kind of like, well, if we're sinking anyway, but let Gemini in. And then you're like, well, it doesn't have to. Yeah, it's not as buoyant as it was. It's not as good as it was, but it doesn't have to completely fail. This is salvageable. This is definitely salvageable. And they don't seem to like it. I don't know. It's weird. The energy is really odd. Let me know in the comments if there's something off with this, or I don't know. I'm hoping it's not this rough for you. I'm hoping it's better than it looks. Don't take this on yourself to fix this. Don't take this on yourself to fix this. Don't just be like, don't just go ahead and fix it, because I feel like I have the need to be the hero. In the sense like, I know, I'll fix this myself, and that'll prove my worth to these people. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself. That they're saying don't take that initiative and just fix it yourself. Because it makes sense why you're kind of like, I'll just go ahead and I'll fix it, and they'll see that I was always worth it. I wouldn't trust that. Don't go that, because I feel like there's weird energy here. Something's off. Here's how they're saying to handle that, to handle it to get the best outcome. Pull people in, tell people what needs to be done, and tell them that you need their help to make it happen. Listen, if you don't want this to fail, if you don't want this a complete failure, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, and I need that to do that. Include other people and tell them what needs to be done. Or like these 3 things need to be done. I can't do them all myself. I'm only one person. But if we work together and get all these 3 things done, this won't be a total failure. And we will come back into a version of success. Don't just fix it. I don't know. I feel like I want to prove my worth is why I want to fix it. They're saying don't do it that way. Don't do it that way. Because when you involve other people in the situation and you tell them what needs to happen, and they're physically doing it themselves, and they see that you were right, and that why you did what you did, like they not only see that you were right, they see why you're saying what to do it. Like you're showing the foundation of it. They're seeing like, this is why this was a good decision. This is why we did it this way. This is why this was applicable. This is why we should have included Gemini to begin with, because Gemini sees things that not everybody sees. They need to work into it with you. They need to actually physically do it with you. That's going to be the proof in the pudding. You just fixing it, I feel like they're going to treat it like, oh, every now and then somebody gets lucky. I guess this was Gemini's turn to get lucky. I feel like that's how they're going to handle it. But if you involve them and tell them what's going on and why this works there and why that works there, this goes to your advantage. This works a lot better for you. I don't know what's up with this situation, but like, you will prove your worth to some people by doing it that way. You got to do it that way. But some people are going to hold this energy, like, for some reason, they just don't like you. I don't know. Don't invest your time in people who just are just staunch about not liking you, or just like stubborn about not liking you. Whatever their problem is, let it just stay their problem. You can make all the best arguments in the world. They don't want to hear it, they're not going to hear it. You know what I mean? If they turn off the sound system and they just don't want to hear you, then they're not going to hear you. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste your time on those people. Let the people who see the truth here, because there will be some support here. I feel like through the support, there could be some changes. So if this is a work situation, for example, and say there's 10 people, 15 people involved, maybe a third of them are warming up to you. Maybe a third of them see this in the sense of like, you know what, that wasn't right. How they were treating Gemini, that wasn't right. Gemini does have value here. Gemini should have been here. It seems like it's a third, though. It's not the majority is what I keep getting. But you know what? If people want to follow whatever they want to follow, that's a them problem. Due to this, though, I see people thinking about you. What is that? The Six of Cups? People are going to remember this moment where this could have been a total failure, but thanks to your efforts, it wasn't. People are going to remember that, and people are going to think about you. And people are going to want to get you out of this situation and move you into something a little bit better for you, where people treat you better. I don't know if you want that move to happen, but I feel like people kind of want to put you in a situation where you're treated better, and that your information or the way you see things is honored more. Those people will look out for you, and they're going to try to help you find better abundance. Those people will probably also want to keep you closer to them because they see the value. They see your value. They see like, you know what? Maybe these people have a hard time understanding Gemini, but Gemini has value. And when the chips are down and we feel like we're all screwed and it's just too bad, so sad, Gemini says, you know what, maybe not. And if you want that extra chance, Gemini's the one who's going to help you find that extra chance. So they might try to keep you closer to them too. That way, they get stuck in a rut. They're like, hey, Gemini, can you look at this and see what you think? Because I feel like I'm just too bad, so sad, but if there's a way out, I'm sure you'll find it. If you could just take a minute and look at this with me. Keep that in mind. I feel like a lot of this is like, if certain people have decided they don't want to like you, be aware of it, but don't try to win them over. Don't waste your time with it. The third here that you do win over by showing the proof that you are of great value, remember those people, stay warm to those people. Those are the people who are going to try to look out for you and try to keep you close because they see your value. If some people just don't want to, just don't waste your time with them the best you can. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.